What is up, everybody? Tokyo Sessions. This is where I am currently at. What's up? What's up? Going live right now. I'm not going live for London sessions tonight. I got some heavy stuff to do tonight for homework. Oh shoot! What did I just do here? Oh crap! I might have to reset this. Not good. Not good. Oh, good. What's up? I'll show you guys. I don't want anyone to think that, jump on trades right now or anything, but this is where I'm currently at, so you guys can see. So slowly but surely, I get this account back to what I lost last week. I wrote the video description of what I anticipated for tonight. I'm expecting Euro and Pound to drop a little bit tonight after gaining a lot of traction for their New York sessions. I'm expecting USDJPY to climb up before, what is it? Where's that major news at? We have major news. We have some really major news for where is it? I just saw it. Hang on. We have major news for the Bank of Japan outlook report, monetary policy statement, and the interest rate decision at 11 p.m. Eastern time or 10 p.m. Eastern time. China's got some red news right now. Whatever happens to China, if you guys pay attention, whatever happens to China, it affects Australia and New Zealand. The reason being is because they share the same what is it, exports or imports, whatever it is. So that's something to pay attention to. It's about to happen here in 20 seconds. Yeah, the interest rate decision, the monetary policy outlook, whatever President Abe's got to say for the economy for Japan. So a lot of heavy stuff here in 2 hours for Bank of Japan. I really don't know exactly what a lot of people are anticipating bad news. Not a whole lot from the Bank of Japan's. I'll keep my buy for USDJPY in case if it spikes up. Usually Bank of Japan, they're not really hawkish on what they say anyways, so it all depends on what Mr. Abe's got to say for the economy here. I don't know exactly what he's going to say, but a lot of investing.com and FX Street is already anticipating a bad statement from the Bank of Japan anyways. Let's see. Oh yeah, those of you that are, I'll share my screen here. Yeah, I was wondering if any of you guys participated in the LMFX demo contest. I mean, crystal ball contest. What the hell am I talking? Yeah, the crystal ball contest. I was trying. I wonder if you guys are. I wonder if you guys actually participated in that. If you guys do, and you want to know the secret, well, there's no secret, but I've been pretty consistent hitting the top 10 of their list for a crystal ball contest. The number one thing you should always pay attention to if you want to win the crystal ball contest. Those you, it's free. It's free to do this, as there's no cost to it. If you do the crystal ball contest, always look at the weekly chart and the daily chart of the highest price and the lowest price, and then you can determine where the price is going to end up. Oh, you can't hear me? Hang on. Hang on. Let me fix my stuff here. Hang on. So Mike can't hear me. Hang on. Let me see this. Just trying to fix here. I apologize. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Oh, so you can't hear me or you can't hear me? The only way. Test this. Oh, you. Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Just wanted to make sure that you guys can hear me. So that, I mean, that if you guys actually do participate in the LMFX demo contest, pay attention to the high price and the low price of the daily chart and the weekly chart, and then you can determine the price for that. It's free money. I mean, for first place is $1,000. That's what they say. I mean, it's better than that demo contest that they're doing. But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going live for London sessions tonight. There's the reason why I'm going live right now, because whatever happens to the Bank of Japan is going to carry over to London sessions. Oh yeah, Wednesday is a big day to pay attention to. You got the interest rate decision and the FOMC statement at 2 p.m. Eastern time or 1 p.m. Central time. I will live stream for that if I make it back in time from class. If I don't, then I don't. I would be expecting to sell. So since I already plan on selling US dollar this whole week, you guys have already seen where the momentum has shifted this starting New York sessions of this morning and up until now. Was there someone? Oh shoot. You know, I'm just trying to chat with some people here that's been private messaging me. What's going on? Obviously, those of you that just came in, you can see where the momentum is shifting. So I already put a disclaimer out there. If you are gonna copy what I do, I am not liable for your losses. So what's up, Farts Trading Academy? I just showed exactly what my live trades were. And so I'm expecting Euro and pound to drop a little bit tonight. You guys can see that US dollar is trying to regain its momentum back to the upside. And if US dollar is gaining momentum, then everything else is falling back. Like Euro, pound, New Zealand, like Australia's dropping back. So I'll show one more time, since for those of you that just came in, this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna, like I said, in pretty much that's what 8:08. So it's 8 o'clock my time. So 2 hours would be the in 2 hours it would be the Bank of Japan. This is going to be really big news for tonight for Tokyo sessions. This is going to drive for London sessions. So this is going to be a huge factor, especially for all the yen pairs. So, yep, very, very crucial. Probably one of the most crucial events for tonight. Dude, I'm old. I'm almost 30. I know I look young, but I'm almost 30. I got 2 kids. Might have another kid on the way. Well, I should never say that. Never know. What do you look at the gauge? To gauge yen. What do I look? I mean, the most basic thing I could say is that since there's a lot of impact for the yen tonight, the way I see it right now, if US dollar, if the US dollar rises up before red news, it has a potential of reversing once the red news hits. And that's how I usually trade red news. So no, I'm not for sure. I was just saying about the 3rd kid. I don't know why people were saying congratulations. Jesus. Dude. Not having another kid, guys. Calm down. I'm very stressed out as it is. I'm very stressed out enough as it is. If you have not traded news, you should try trading before the news hits. I always trade before the news hits. I don't ever trade on the retracements. You don't want to be gambling if you're. Then if it comes back to gambling, then you're just hoping to make it. Then can't hope. Cannot hope and cannot tie the emotions to those trades. Have to learn when to take a loss. You don't know when to take losses, then you end up losing more. I said that plenty of times on this live stream. What the hell? Okay, I am not having a third kid. Why the heck people keep thinking I'm having a third kid here? Those of you think I'm having a third kid, I'm not having a third kid. I was just saying that. What the heck? Jeez. Hey! What? What you guys want? Daddy's busy. Leave daddy alone. Come on. I'm at home. This is like we have 3 bedrooms, so this is like my main. I turned this pretty much into my office. I'll show you my office. Oh shit. Oh, it's kind of. Yeah, you can see home monitor. You can see all of it. This is the second monitor. This is the first monitor. I got a bunch of stuff on the wall. I got my vision board here. I got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of toys right here. Let's see, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff, and so there's a bunch of stuff I have in the closet. You lost $12 today? Where am I from? What? Dang it. Hang on 1 second. What? Huh? What is it? Shoot. Oh, okay. Any advice for newbies? How long before quitting the job? How long before quitting a job? I haven't had that question in a while. Man, to answer your question, you should look at how much you make at your job, and you should look at how much you need to make so you can pay your bills. Most importantly is you need to have like a financial goal. Every single day I have a financial goal. Like I'm just trying to shoot for $100 to $200 a day, and by the end of the week I should be making 500 to 700 a week, and then by the end of the month I should be making from 2,000 to 3,000 a month. And that's just once you figure out the math of how much you really need to live comfortably and to replace your income, then yeah, you have to be like what someone said, you gotta have that consistency of trading. And a lot of people just trade because they see a lot of money, and it's okay to chase money, but you don't want to end up chasing the money all the time. And you gotta know when to be satisfied taking profit and learn to stop for the day. I used to trade 8 to 12 hours nonstop. That's bad. And I was going to school full time. That was not fun at all. So I wasn't even doing this YouTube stuff. So that was when I was trying to flip that account. Am I consistent now? No, I'm not consistent. I've been losing money every day. I don't know what to do now. I mean, I feel like I lose like $10,000 every day or something. Just kidding. But if I wasn't consistent, I wouldn't even be wasting my time doing this. If I was not consistent, I would not be doing this. I wouldn't even try and be on YouTube Live, to be honest, for this whole month. I'm not trying to kill myself trying to flip an account, though. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to kill myself trying to flip an account. I'll tell you what, February next year is going to be that month. That's the month. I don't know what it is, but that's the month. I want to make sure that, well, some of you will see what I plan on doing for that month, but I don't know what it is, but that was the month where things got crazy for trading. So am I still fishing? No, I have not fished for 2 months now. I wish I lived down south. I have no legend. There's a bunch of legends out there that you guys have not known yet. There's a couple guys that know how to flip accounts, but they won't show who they are, and it is what it is, you know. I'm not the greatest, I'm not the worst, but try to focus on your own style and have some sort of action plan behind that. Otherwise, you're gonna be falling behind every single day. If I was living down south, I'd be bass fishing. I wish I could do that. First step you took when starting. How much do you make? No, I did not trade last year. This is my first year live trading. Tomorrow's 31st. I started live trading a week after the second week of January of this year. So basically, I've been live trading for almost 11 months because November 1st is about to be coming up on Wednesday. So I have not traded for more than a year yet. When I lost that $26,000 account, I completely reevaluated where I was at and revamped myself. And I stared at the charts and I stared at USDJPY and I tried to figure out exactly what was going on within London sessions, New York sessions, Tokyo sessions. It's crazy. I barely touched the demo, to be honest with you guys. I barely touched the demo. The 2 months that I did the demo the most was on the LMFX demo contest because I really took it serious and I wanted to actually win first place. So they've been training for 18 years. Oh man, that's like, I don't know about 18 years. I don't know if I want to do it for 18 years, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, Forex, I mean, even stocks, I mean, it burns you out eventually. It's gonna burn, you're gonna burn yourself out, you know. And so how much are you roughly making? Yeah, so I've been averaging, I know this LQDFX account is still new. I just opened it last Wednesday and ended up taking a $400 hit because of a stupid internet service provider. But I started with 560. I'll show you where the balance of equity is at. Stupid one. Okay. So the equity is at 322. And just, you know, and I'm just slowly working this account back up to where it was at because I took a $400 hit during London sessions because the internet service provider went out. Eventually, eventually you get it back up there. How am I doing so well? And Here's another thing. I mean, I have another great friend of mine. He still has about 15,000 for me on this other account that he's been trading for me. So I haven't touched it. I don't know what the last time I talked to him was like a month ago, and so if I were to pull it out, I can, but obviously not. Do you know Sean Lee? I do not know. I do not know Sean Lee. Trade DAX. I do not trade DAX. Thoughts on gold. Let's talk ADP. I'll make it very simple for this week. I know. All right, I'll make this very simple for you, Linga. Great question. I plan to sell US dollar this whole week, so you should already know what's going to happen non-farm payroll, what's going to happen on ADP. You know what's going to happen because right after ADP, 6 hours from that, there's going to be the FOMC statement, which is in the afternoon. I don't expect anything out of the FOMC statement. Now, whatever is going to dictate tonight, okay, the way we see it right now, is going to reverse tomorrow. So that's why I'm expecting the retracements right now on selling euro, selling the pound, selling Australia, selling New Zealand, and buying USDJPY. If I'm buying USDJPY, then I'm selling gold. I'm not selling gold on this account because the spreads are 30, so I'm not wasting my money on that. If for some reason the momentum shifts with the Bank of Japan, then I'm going to reanalyze for tomorrow. So, but I do expect to sell for non-farm payroll. I'm expecting to sell the US dollar for non-farm payroll. Last month last month non-farm payroll was positive. It can't be positive for 2 months straight. No way. Had not seen that. So I pay attention heavily to the political events. I pay attention to a lot to the news, to be honest. So it is pretty interesting. It's gonna be a pretty interesting week. So how did I get? Oh, I lost the 400 because stupid Spectrum had an outage in my area for like almost 5 hours, and I couldn't do anything until right before New York sessions open, and it closed out for me because they have the stop outs set up on the ECN account. So I would never do binary options. I should trade stocks. Man, everyone's been trying to tell me to get on stocks. Honestly, I had not looked into stocks, to be honest. I thought about trading cryptocurrencies. So that's what I thought about. Because with cryptocurrencies, you can trade 24/7. I have not traded stocks. I'm just being honest. I have not traded stocks. I have not looked into stocks. I mean, yeah, I can trade indices on here, but I'm not trying to waste my time on that. So if you have a small account, I can't stress this enough. If you have a small account, you want to focus on the lowest spreads on the currency pairs. If you don't know the spreads, show you guys. How do you know exactly what the spreads are if you have it on simple? You don't want it on simple, you want it on advanced. So you know exactly, you can see the spreads, and that way you don't have to keep wasting a lot of money, you know, put in a trade position and you didn't realize you pay a lot on spreads. And so put it in advanced mode on your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, so you can see what the spreads are. If you're trading gold, if you're trading cross pairs, the spreads are higher. The lowest spreads that you always see is USDJPY and Euro. And then the third one would be the pound, and then the followed Australia and New Zealand. You know, those are the five major pairs. Can't go wrong with that. I don't touch USDK or USDJPY unless the spreads, unless it's New York session, so the spreads are lower. And this is just basing off the ECN account of LQDFX that I've been seeing so far. And I'm never going to touch gold until the account is at least 1,000 or above, because the spreads are 30 and up, and I haven't really seen it go down that much. So I'm not going to waste my time on that. You got to go with the lowest spreads to make the most amount of money. The other thing that sucks is they charge 7 times the commissions, but that's all right. Penny stocks. Why are we talking about stocks right now? I don't even want to talk about stocks. I'm just being honest. I have not traded stocks at all. I have not really looked into it. Ask me questions about stocks. Oh man, stocks. Well, you said you've been in the industry for 18 years. There is a specific question I want to ask. I'm just trying to see how I want to reword this. Okay, the stocks that usually the best stocks to keep a long-term buy, or I guess a long-term to keep it for long-term, would be like the like companies like Apple, Amazon, like those technology and online businesses. If you want to correct me on that. There's a lot of tech companies with huge stocks right now. Okay, blue chip stocks. Okay. Consumer goods and utilities where you want to be. I mean, one day. If you ever were talking about, let me know. I mean, if you ever were doing a live stream, I mean, I wouldn't mind coming on and checking out what you're talking about. I always wanted to, before all this, I always wanted to look into being a stockbroker, and thank God not look into that. So I never thought I'd be doing this. So what session? I usually just trade London and New York. The only times I hop in on Tokyo is when there's red news, like what's happening for tonight. Yeah, like Big in Japan for tonight. Any Big in Japan news I try to hop on. Try to hop on as much as possible. That's why I'm hopping on now, because I don't plan on trading for London sessions. What happens to the Big in Japan tonight is going to carry out for London session. So this is when you got, what is it, 3 red news, I think it was. I think it was 3 red news. When you have, yeah, you have 3 red. Yeah, their interest rate decision, outlook report, and the monetary policy statement all at the same time. So it's going to be a lot of volatility once it hits. And on top of that, you have the BOJ conference right before London session hits. So, man, there's a lot. There's a lot more stuff I wasn't looking at. I did not know that. Well, this will determine. I'll probably get off within the next 30 minutes here, but what I look at, I'll give you guys a hint. Give you guys some more free tips here before I go away. In any red news, I mean, with the amount of volatility, you always look at the candles. I don't ever waste my time looking at the indicators unless someone has a, I guess, expert advisor, whatever they have, I guess that tells them exactly what happens. But I look at the 1-minute chart, look at the candles. Eventually, if they're anticipating good news or bad news, whatever, you'll see the fluctuation of candles. Usually within that last candle or the last 2 candles, it ends up going the opposite way. I don't know how to explain it, but it just does. And you can look at all my non-farm payrolls in my channel. You can look at all the red news videos that I put on my channel, and I basically talk about looking at the 1-minute chart, and you can see how much it fluctuates in candles, and then you can see the anticipation going up or down, and it ends up reversing the other way, and that's what it does. And so just look at New Zealand's news that was just released an hour ago. Look at Australia's news. Look at Australia and New Zealand right now. They dropped back after the news releases. So that should already be a good confirmation to know how they trade red news. The best way, I mean, like I said, it's hard to explain, but the best way is for you to test it for yourself. A lot of people don't like to trade on this before the news spikes, but I always do it. And it's because ever since I lost that Trader's Way account, I've been constantly looking at red news. And I always predict what happens before the red news hits. And then I started seeing what happens when the red news hits. And so, yeah, usually red news causes a reversal. So I mean, USDJPY could end up going back down to what was it at? USDJPY could go all the way back down to 112.9, where it was selling at. I mean, yeah, it's rising up right now, but I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not, if the way it's going right now, then I'm expecting Japan to deliver really strong news and send USDJPY right back down. So, but like I said, anything can happen because I was expecting the retracements to start around Tokyo sessions, which is doing right now, and but I don't expect a long retracement because if you look at the overall trend, you always want to look at the overall trend. You follow the trend, you don't follow the time frame, and so the time frame should already tell you exactly where you want to take profit and if you want to come back in on the position or not. I guess if you want to do both ways, you can. I don't ever go both ways. I always set it out right away. I'm not going too much detail. I'm not going too much detail. Once I get the website up and running, you're gonna have full access to every single PDF file, PowerPoint, Word document. It's gonna be more detailed than what I'm explaining right now. And so I'm updating every single video on every single strategy that I've tested and I looked at for myself from back in the summer until now. And so there's a lot of different things that I'm putting in place right now for the website, the development for the website and the server and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of different things. I even talked about that last night. Let's see what I got going on. More homework. Awesome. More homework tonight. Yen rises ahead of Bank of Japan. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. Ticks, like ticks that suck your blood. That you're talking about? Show my screen. What screen? What screen you want? What screen do you want? Where you press buy and sell? Are you guys kidding me? On the MetaTrader 4? Where you buy and sell on the MetaTrader 4? I can't make this any harder than this is. I mean, obviously, there's a plus sign. There's a plus sign right here. And if you want to buy, there it is. And then you buy and sell. Oh man, please don't get mad in the chat room. Control your temper, guys. I don't use tick charts. I don't use MACD divergence. Do I still? Nadex. What the heck? What do I use? Obviously, the number one thing is price. That's the number one thing is the price. It doesn't matter if it's Fibonacci. It doesn't matter if it's resistance lines. It doesn't matter if it's support lines. Every single thing comes back to price points. If you want to make it easier, I use the Bollinger Bands or Bollinger Bands, whatever. And if you look at a higher time frame on the Bollinger Bands, the upper band is already projecting the highest price that it could hit before it comes back down. And then the middle band projects the mid price, and then the lower band predicts the lowest price. Before that, I was just guessing on what the lowest price would be and what the highest price would be, basing on candles. And looking at the 4-hour weekly chart, it was getting a little too confusing. But with the Bollinger Bands, you can understand where you can project the gap price of the highest price of the day and the lowest price of the day. And so I always look at that. I always look at what happened last week for those prices, and then I'm going to project what's going to happen for this week. And I write a lot of stuff down. Every Friday, I write down exactly what happened this past week. I write down exactly what I'm projecting on the weekly chart and the daily chart. There's a bunch of stuff I write down. I have a bunch of Word documents from every single week that I wrote down. I don't know if anyone does this stuff, but I keep a track record of where the price is following or where the trend is going. And so that way I don't have to like second guess myself for the week here. most people look at the computer chart, and then they look back at the MetaTrader 4 chart, and then they get confused because they don't know which chart to go with now. So if I just focus on the MetaTrader 4, because I use the MetaTrader 4 to trade, then you should know how to use your MetaTrader 4 charts. If you're that confused on using the MetaTrader 4 charts, then you have to really you have to pinpoint where your weaknesses are in looking at the charts. So I hope that helps what I just said. And like I said, Friday, at the end of the Friday, I always make sure what happened this past week. I type it all up and I save it in my documents, my files, and have it ready for Sunday. Because Sunday I'm already projecting prices already. So it's a habit of what I've been doing for the past ever since summer. It's been a habit of mine. And you guys don't have to do what I'm doing, but that's what I've been doing. I always keep a track record. You know. So I do not use stop losses or take profit. I do not set any orders. I do not set buy limits or sell limits, any of that stuff. Can't hear me? Man, this is like third person saying they can't hear me. Hang on. Let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong here? I don't know. Some people keep saying they can't hear me. Some people say they can. I need to figure out. Come on. Stupid thing. Seriously. Would need a better mic. I lowered the volume down. So is it because the volume is not high enough? I lowered it down because last time people said I was too loud. So I'm trying to accommodate to everyone here, and it's kind of hard. And then some people say they can't hear me, and then some people say that to correct their own settings on the computer, or I have to correct my settings. So it's kind of hard to work here. Now it'd be cool if we were all in an actual video chat group and I could see all you guys. That'd be cool. And I can't wait to do that. It's their internet. Oh man. I hope that stupid internet service provider does not go out. They almost had another outage the other day. I want everyone to see me. Yeah, I know. What about percent risk? How do you control that? Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you my live trades, and I'll show you how much risk I take. Obviously, I'm taking a lot of risks. If you're already looking at this, all right, you can see my free margin. You can see the margin level percent is 269%. So when you're looking at this, people recommend you to they always say you always want to make sure that you're not going more than, what is it, 1,000? They said the most would be 500%. I don't know, whatever it is, but the more you keep adding positions, the lower it goes, and then your free margin goes lower too. And my leverage is only 300 to 1. So if I'm stacking a lot of positions like what I'm doing now, eventually I can't stack anymore. And so with Trader's Way and with the ones that have 1,000 to 1 leverage, I could stack a a lot more positions than this, and higher lot sizes. So I mean, it is what it is, and so boom. Obviously, you can't please everyone. I'm hoping you're having a great day, Edge. Trust me, I've seen a lot of stupid comments on my YouTube channel. A lot of stupid comments. It is what it is. You can't please everyone. You're gonna have people that just want to watch you die, want to watch you leave, want to watch you not win. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I don't care. I don't care what they have to say because I know where I'm headed. And so, how can you add a position? Is it every 10 pips or 5 pips? Man, what was it? There was another question here I was trying to. Okay. Ed, you're a funny guy. I'm surprised you had that much time to come talk to me like this. This guy. Man, I want to check out your channel, see what you got. Let's see what this guy's got on this channel. There's no videos. Let's see here. I guess that's all he's got. Good site for. Okay, hang on. I was busy looking at Mr. Edge Yoder's site, but he didn't really have anything, so. If you really look at it, successful people don't make fun of other successful people. I'll just be honest. I don't see Bill Gates make fun of Warren Buffett all the time, or vice versa. Here, let me get on this. I actually read a couple great chapters on this book. If you actually want to, there's free PDF files on this book. Babypips.com. I was told babypips.com is pretty good. I actually checked his forum out. There's a couple of good forums out there that to check out because they talk about a lot of basic concepts, and then there's some people that actually share their own advanced strategies on there as well. I know some people on YouTube have some really great strategies that they talk about. it all depends what you're looking for. I always recommend people. I always recommend people to read not the first couple of chapters. I always recommend people to read not this chapter. Chapter 17. This is what I always recommend people to read. Without that, it's gonna be harder on yourself. Man, Brooklyn's finest. Where you been, man? I haven't heard from you. I know everyone's busy. Oh man. No. I recommend people to read that chapter first because without you understanding your own way of trading and having some sort of action plan, you're not going to discipline yourself in trading. Does not matter how much I make. It doesn't matter how much someone else is making. Like people on the chat group are making more than what I'm making. I'm not going to kill myself trying to make the same thing what they're making. Okay. Do not compare yourself to others and don't try and catch up and try to make a lot of money right away with the same people that been consistent and have the experience of trading. You know, you're gonna fall way behind and you're gonna lose a lot more money. What? Explain. I'll message you, Mustafa. I'll make that easier. I'll just message you. We've been chatting for a while anyways. You ever knock on an empty barrel? Like when you are you talking about stack? Okay, are you talking about stacking positions now? I know someone was asking me about that. Here's the thing. I mean, I talked about it a little bit last week. If you want to stack positions, you always want to. All these positions were just a couple minutes before Tokyo sessions open. That's it. All these positions were just before except for that New Zealand, the New Zealand one I traded right when the news hit, where I was selling it. So other than that, the euro, the pound, and the USDJPY, those positions were before Tokyo sessions hit, like just a couple minutes, and I was just expecting the retracements from there. How do you feel? How do you read market psychology? The market psychology. The number one thing is always back to how you interpret charts and how you interpret back to the way you trade. Some people are really aggressive in trading, some people are really conservative, or some people are in between, and you have to find your niche. You have to find your niche. Please explain how you use Bollinger Bands, how to predict market price. Man, yo, Jesse. Okay. Now I'll just do this. I'll just make it easier. Hang on. I will just show you guys a chart, make it easier. Crap, come on, not good. No, in 1 hour, Bank of Japan is going to release their monetary policy statement and the interest rate decision. So 10 minutes before, usually 5-10 minutes before the news hits, I'm looking at candles. I'm looking at to see if there's a possible reversal. So I'll get out by then and then reanalyze what I want to do. So oh man, people want to know about. Hang on, Jesse. Let me show you Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Notice that this dot here is the first dot of the parabolic star. If the dot is above, it is a sell. This is on the daily chart here. Okay, let's see here. You can see all these candles were breaking above the upper band, like one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And this was Friday when it topped at 114.44 before it finally shifted back down. And now it shifted back down again. And I could be a possibly 112.9 again to where it was at. So now the 4 hour is different because you can see it's been touching the lower band. The daily takes a day to make a confirmation, so don't get confused here. With the 4 hour, it's more accurate, and if you're not for sure, then you go to the 1 hour. Okay, and so the candles are still below the moving average and the middle band, so it is still considered a strong downtrend. You can notice that all these candles are still below the middle band. This is something you should follow. Do not mistake for a green candle here. If it's still below the middle band, it's still a downtrend. Price upper band was predicting high price of 114.3, mid price of 113.6, and low price of 113.0. It already broke below that. Wouldn't be surprised if it breaks even lower for tonight. So we're just waiting to see. I'm going to be waiting to see within the next 50 minutes here to make my. I'm just going to say 5 minutes before BOJ releases their thing. I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to this to see if I'm going to keep the buy for USDJPY. If I keep the buy, then I keep everything else, what I have now, until London sessions. So I hope that helps you guys out. So you guys already know what my prediction is. I got a bunch of more homework that just came up. So yeah, so you guys, like I said, whatever happens to Bank of Japan is going to carry on to London session, because at 1:30, half an hour before London session open, there's the BOJ conference, the Bank of Japan conference. So that's going to carry on over again. So whatever is going to happen within the next hour is going to carry on for London sessions. It's something you have to pay attention to. Can it be a trend reversal? Yeah, it can be. Anything. USDJPY can drop all the way back, and then Euro, Pound, New Zealand, Australia, gold, and all that going back up. You know, if it affects the US dollar that much. So it all depends. So Other than that, I left my email there. I know a lot of people are wondering about the website development. So if you have anything that you want to ask, you can email me. And that's right. The Bitcoin giveaway, that's gonna be. I forgot to announce it. Hey, there with those people. I'm gonna announce those winners tomorrow. I've been slacking off on this. So yeah. Other than that, be prepared for the BOJ being in Japan. So